Hello everybody, thank you for joining me again on my training session for the Way of St. James. I think I told you that before. At the end of April or beginning of May I will fly to Spain, I think Bilbao, and I will start at the border between France and Spain to hike to Santiago de Compostela, which is basically at the other side of the country, and it's 850 kilometers, so I thought maybe I should train a little bit for that, and so I have my backpack here. Let's see, it's 15 kilograms. I have 12 liters of water in there, and the thing itself, it's pretty heavy already, and there is other stuff in there, some food, so it's about 15 kilograms. But I already noticed that's more than I want to carry, because it's really heavy on my shoulders. And so I have made 12 kilometers, and there are still 8 to go for today, because I'm heading for 20 or 25 kilometer per day, and it won't be only one day like today, it will be 40 or 50 consecutive days. So what I'm doing today is just fun compared to what's coming up. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And it's nice, the weather is pretty warm today, the sun was out, it's not really sunny anymore, but yeah, I enjoy it. And people already are trying to convince me not to go on that hike. They are saying, wow, that's stupid and it's too dangerous when you walk alone, and because I don't want to sleep in these accommodations which they have, because they are very basic and very crowded and not so clean. So I prefer to take a tent with me and to sleep somewhere in nature, even though it's not allowed officially. But when I sleep in another place every day, I think no one will really be bothered. So that's quite an adventure that's waiting, and I know that it will be a lot of suffering too. So it's not sunshine and rainbows. It's a pretty tough thing, but that's the reason why I do it, because I want to be challenged, and I want to see how far I can go. And well, why do people do pilgrimages? They do it because they want some insight, some enlightenment, some connection to God or whatever there is. And I think that's the reason why I'm doing it too. So I'm kind of in a midlife crisis. Tomorrow is my 39th birthday, and I feel like I haven't achieved anything in my life, and it's time to really take control of my life, or maybe let go of it completely, and I just don't know. And that's the reason why I go on the hike, on the pilgrimage. I also want to share you some stuff that I have been going through lately. So a few months ago I was in the same situation, more or less, and I swore to myself I don't want to be in this victim position anymore, and it didn't take long and I'm back in the position. So I don't want to give you all the details, but there's a person that I really like, and I don't get the attention back that I wish for. And this hurts. Because sometimes I do get the attention and it feels great, and I think, wow, we're good. And then it takes 2 weeks to reply to a message, and I'm questioning myself, I'm questioning my worth. So obviously I'm not worth the time, worth the effort to reply, and this really triggers my maybe childhood traumas. We all have been through stuff. We don't really have to call it trauma, that's just childhood. You don't always get what you need and what you maybe feel like you deserve. And these feelings were triggered within me. So I was thinking, well, I'm not enough. Do I even matter? This stuff, which I just don't want to feel. But pushing it away and rejecting it doesn't really make it go away. And I sometimes have to push it away because I have a job, I have to function somehow. And the more I push it away then, the more it comes back later. So I was just trying to sit with the feeling and to understand the feelings, to understand myself. Why am I feeling this? And there is no real memory that I can say that's from my childhood, that I can say, wow, this situation triggers that. And it's just coming up, these feelings of unworthiness, and it sucks pretty much. But during the process, right, there's this saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So maybe this situation is just the teacher, or this person is just the teacher teaching me, okay, it's not about the reply that I get or that I don't get. It's about, how do I handle this? How do I interpret this? Because in the end, it's just a message that's not coming that I'm waiting for. So maybe this person is sick, maybe I don't know what, something else happened, and so I don't know what's going on. But I'm just interpreting, well, this person doesn't like me, and that's why I don't get a reply. And I get in this feeling of I'm not worth it, and So what I want to say is, it's not really the events that are happening that are bad or that are good or that are hurting us, but it's how we interpret them and what we make out of them. And as long as you don't really understand this and reframe the events in a way that are helpful for you, I would say I am a victim as long as I don't do that. I'm a victim to these feelings that are just popping up, and I'm a victim to the situation, and I blame other people. So I don't really take the responsibility of that. But I would say it's my responsibility to see the things as they are, and to not interpret them in any way that are probably wrong anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm making assumptions about things that I don't know if they are true or not. So I think the better way to cope with that is understand, okay, there are hurts inside of me as there are hurts in everyone else, and just acknowledging that and trying to be in peace with that and not fighting that. So we can change the past. It's just everything that's happened has happened, and there's no way to change it. And if I keep blaming other people for what happened, I'm just giving them control of my feelings. And also, if I have made something wrong, which I did, like everyone else, and I'm just ruminating that, and oh, that was so bad and I should feel ashamed, and that's not helpful for anyone. It's not helpful for me. I'm feeling bad, and it's not helpful to get over it so that I can help other people. So I think the best way to deal with the past is just to accept it, to embrace it with all the bad things that have happened, because they happened. We can't change it. And yeah, forgive the people who have done something to you, and maybe forgive yourself, or not, without maybe, forgive yourself for what you have done. And if you believe in God, you can ask God for forgiveness, and yeah, and just let it go. People always say let go of this stuff, but I think there is no way to let go, because the things have happened. The only thing to maybe let go is to be in peace with them, because then they wouldn't bother you anymore. And when you are finally at peace with all the past, with all that has happened, with all the traumas, with all, yeah, with the whole with the whole situation you are in today, because that's what the past leads you to. So just be in peace with where you are today, what you are today, and how you feel today. And this takes away so much pressure. I should drink some water. I hear a lot of water, but my throat is really dry. Yeah, this takes away so much pressure, because you're not in resistance to anything anymore. And when you're in peace with the situation right now, you're giving up the resistance to life. And I feel like I have been in resistance to life basically for all of my life, because I always wanted to be different, have other stuff, and yeah, have different feelings about this or that. But it's just how it is, and I have to accept it. And once you do it, look, the sun is coming out. That's a sign. Yeah, you just see things more clearly, and you are in peace with everything, and just this pressure falls away, and now you can really start to live your life, to make the decisions that you want to make without carrying all the baggage from the past. Because if you didn't get the love you wanted to, and you start to please people like I did, because you want to manipulate them to love you, so you become a people pleaser, and you can't really make the decisions that you want to make, because you're always thinking, oh, what might this person think, what might that person think. So you might know what you want to do, but you can't do it because you have to take care of so many other people and their opinions. So you end up in another mess, because you just couldn't do what you wanted to do, or what you knew was right to do. So I'm not perfect by any means. I just told you that I struggled with stuff that I struggled before. But if you take one thing from this video, I would say just try to make peace with your past, make peace with your present, and yeah, find who you really are within, without all the past traumas, attachments, and yeah, it hurts. I think that, to me, it feels freeing, this imagination, just to be in peace with the past, and to embrace the past, and maybe even be thankful for all the lessons that you were able to learn because of yeah, the hard times you had. Yeah, it definitely brings you out of the victim mode, and I think it's just the worst situation to be in if you are a victim. And the thing is, you are not really a victim, you just feel like a victim because you're making these thoughts up by yourself. And I also noticed the ego is so strong in keeping the status quo. He doesn't wanted to see his position threatened by anything. But if you start to realize that all these past traumas and identities that you put on yourself just to protect yourself from more hurts and basically from feeling life, it just makes everything harder. And so coming back to the story with this person, I know I could just forgive this person for not replying me and I would be in peace again. But my ego says, well, you texted so much and you're worth the reply and there's nothing coming, so you should be angry. So these voices in my head, but I would say that's the ego, and this is very strong. But the real magic happens when you let go of that, and you can see that and forgive anyway, because that's the way to freedom. And I also noticed that being outside here in nature, having more physical exercise and just walking, which is, I guess, the most natural movement you can have. And I think there is also some research about the eye movement that you have when you're walking, and there is also a trauma therapy where you move the eyes like that and then you process things better. So just by walking and being out in nature, you can leave so much stuff behind. And well, my backpack is pretty heavy, but yours personally, the backpack of your heart will get lighter and lighter if you just go out in nature and walk. So I really recommend, when the weather is getting better now, just take a walk every now and then, because it really helps me, and I think would help you too. Yeah, so I will have some food now, and then I will walk the last remaining 8 kilometers, and then we call it a day. Alright, thanks again for tuning in, and I hope the last video won't take that long, but you never know. Alright, have a good one.